Welcome to the Open Space Land Acquisition and Farmland Preservation Subcommittee regularly scheduled meeting of Tuesday, June 27th, 2023 at 6 p.m. Having called to order the meeting, I'd like to motion to approve the last minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023.
I'll second.
Any discussion on that? No? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
2 ayes and an abstention. I was not there. Okay, they pass. Public comment. We have no public in the galley, so do we have anybody online?
No.
We have nobody online, so we'll have no public comment tonight, and we'll move to item 4, discussion, update, town farm, Streska, and B, farm website. I turn to town staff.
So item A, updated the Streska town, or the town farm. There is a bid opening tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. As of date, we have 0 bids submitted. They have a tendency to roll in at the last minute. We did have a walkthrough on June 14th. At that time, we had 6 separate contractors show up. Steve Sopelak, our town director of community development, and Zuvik Engineering, our environmental consultant, walked these individuals, these companies through the property, explained to them what the project entails. We did have one addendum. We had to extend the deadline because of some information that was required for them to do a more thorough bid specification. So that's that.
This is for the grading and the excavation and the leveling and the groundwork.
For the groundwork, the removal of soil, remediation, and the
Mitigation as well.
site
Okay,
work,
yep.
right. And
Okay.
and the preparation for the parking area and the pad site for the barn.
Sure. Questions?
Yeah, so the bid period formally opens tomorrow. How long is it open?
No, it closes tomorrow.
Closes tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we have not yet received,
No, it's common.
but we anticipate they'll be coming. Okay, so it'll close tomorrow, and then how long is the review period, assuming that we receive?
Reviewing for us, we can have our analysis done before the next town council meeting. However, we have to send it off to DECD. They have to review and approve.
And in terms of...
That could take another, our project manager seems fairly quick. That's probably another 2 weeks.
Okay. So just in terms of the schedule that we have been kind of roughly following, feels like we're still on track?
We're on the margins of being on track, yes.
Okay. And we think that as long as we're able to, like, this work could be completed, or I'll take a step back. When do we need to have the work completed? Is it before things get wet in the wintertime?
Yeah, we want to do that,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
If I may, we predict to have the barn up by then? Or no? You were just talking mitigation.
The barn is on a separate track, it's separate grant, completely different bid.
Okay, so that's next year.
Yeah, well, we don't have much more, we don't have a lot of time on that because that steep grant period runs out. So, right after this after we choose our bidding, we will go out and prepare a bid for the barn. That's going to be a little bit different because we initially wanted to do a prefab for the grant. However, at that time, probably 2 years ago, the prices were much different. So I'm curious to see what we get for the barn. We'll have to spec we may have to do some, alternative packages at the same time. And if we can get, as Ed had mentioned a year ago, if we can get some volunteer local contractors to come in and help out, to help reduce the costs, that'll be fantastic.
Councilor Malaro.
You mentioned the bid closes tomorrow, but did you indicate that there was no one made an offer?
No, right. Right. They have until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, at 10:59 actually, to submit bids.
So if nothing happens until then, does that possibly delay then?
If we get no bid, if we don't receive any bids, then we have to rebid. And that pushes everything out again.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, oh, yes, please.
Okay. Did you feel any enthusiasm from the people who did the sidewalk? Or you can't, I don't know. Sometimes you could read the crowd a little bit.
There was some interest. I wouldn't say I received enthusiasm, and then looking at what type of contractors showed up. A lot of a lot of them are just construction, different types of construction contractors. So I'm at this point I have hope, and I'm crossing my fingers that we get somebody who's experienced in remediation and site work.
John, are you?
I'm all set.
You're all set? Okay. All right, well, we'll watch for that. Maybe you could shoot an email to the committee tomorrow afternoon, just so that no bids are in. I mean, no decision will be made, but it would be nice to know there are bids in to be reviewed. So that would be helpful to, I think, all of us on the committee. And then the farm website itself is the next item up. And again, we turn to Ray.
Yeah, this is just an FYI. This is like a first phase of a website for the farm that was recommended by the committee. A few months back, you decided that it would be a great idea as public information to give like a history of what's happened so far. So there's a summary that was written up, which will probably have to be revised. But there are also links to the different plans that UConn went through, and then the final site plan that was approved. The links on the handout are on the bottom where it says maps and diagrams. These are actual links to the diagrams and maps. So I just wanted to give you an idea what it might look like as we get more information. As we get, we can put more site plans on it as time allows. John Murphy is he's all out for the past 3 years since COVID. So he does what he can, and actually this is what he wanted to work on. So I give him credit for this. So this is, please, if you have any information, any type of comment, let me know, and we can work them in.
John, any comments on the website?
Is there a date when they're trying to shoot to have this completed by?
No. I mean, we're going to do it as soon as possible, right? I mean, this is already posted, what we have, what you see is already up. So
Okay.
I think you go to, you get on the website, you go to residents, you click on residents, and it will be Straska Farm Project. And you can click on that, and this will pop up. And then the links are on that same page.
Okay. And without sounding obvious, this is searchable though. 'Cause sometimes we don't remember where things are linked, but this is
Yeah,
searchable by.
it will be, definitely. And then you can see we have a grant for remediation. Those items are blank right now. So we will fill those in also.
Thank you.
Councilor Duff?
Yeah, I was just looking up on my phone. If you go to the town site, and under residents, there's a link that'll say Straska Farm Project, which was actually answering one of my questions. Ray, just in terms of the way to give feedback, we have a Word version of this, so would that be making comments or updates to that and then sending it back to you or John? Or if we
Send them back to me. Yeah, you can do it right now if you want to go through edits. Let me know.
I don't have edits, but I know Commissioner Kelly mentioned.
I do.
Yes, Sandy, yeah.
Okay, if you'll bear with me, I'm going through bullet by bullet. Part of it is just that, some of it talks about the future, but the stuff has already happened. But I want to start with the first one, which is probably the most important, where it says Straska Farm was a 300-year-old family farm. According to Bob Heron, the town historian, whom we've all depended on, until 200 years ago, this farm was a set of small farms which, over time, were consolidated into the farm that exists today as the 84.5 acres in the area of New Britain Avenue and New Road. So this makes you think that it's 300 years in the Straska family, and I know this has been a contentious issue, and I don't want to go there, but it was, until 200 years ago, it was a set of parcels.
Yeah, well, we will just insert Bob Heron's, what you just read.
I can send this if you want, or
Okay.
the bullet, the intention is to lease, I would say was, because that was our intention when we started, and it has been done. And I would finish that sentence, educational and passive recreational opportunities for the community. I would add that at the end, because that's our intention. It says a naming committee was formed. It's a memorial naming committee. That's our true name. Applications for renaming Straska Farm, not for naming it. It's already got a name. Let's see, going down to on the other page, a community garden with 50-plus raised beds for use and management by the garden club. We haven't determined that they're going to manage it. I would just say for use by the garden club, the general public, et cetera, unless they've agreed to do that. But I don't think we have. And the next sentence, a new trailhead with a strong wayfinding,
Yeah.
ADA compliant, unpaved trails will be provided at the existing, no comma, new road entrance. So they're just some grammatical and, tense agreement issues. But the one that's important is the first one, and if you want, I have that sentence here. I can give it to you on a sticky, unless it's been recorded and you've got it. Okay? Thank you. And it's good to know that this is, it's a link from residents. I didn't go on to see it. So it's going to develop as we know more? Is that
Yes.
the intent?
Yeah,
Great.
more of like an evolving process.
Okay, that's great. All right, thank you for your patience.
Chris?
Yeah, I think we all, I want to just echo the kudos for John Murphy. I think this is a great thing. There's a lot of interest about in town. One of the suggestions, if we have them, I think it would be great to have some pictures, before and afters, or just pictures of things growing on site. We've had the benefit of being out there and seeing how it's coming along, but the public's going to have to wait a little while until the site work is done. And I think that's something that people would respond to very well if we have those. Not trying to make extra work for people, but we might have some lying around. And I think it would really show the product that the people are getting for their investment and how things are coming along.
We can do like pre-acquisition
Yeah.
with the house and everything else that was there, and then post with the house gone and the property clean,
And even just
and the farms in the distance, yeah.
the picture from New Road, I drove up New Road today, and it's beautiful with the rows neatly planted. Yeah, that says a
Yeah,
lot.
that does clean it up a lot.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
could put the tractor detritus picture, and you could put the vegetable picture.
All right. There's no further questions about the website. We await the revisions. I've already found it on the town website. It looks great. Just tweak it up a bit, fine tune it. So we'll move on to, do I have a motion for executive session?
I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session regarding negotiation and strategy, potential land acquisition with town manager.
A
All
second?
set.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Executive. And I get to gavel out.
You do. Eat with your pick. You get the red one behind there, too.
That's a little,
Ron,
you're on.
I'd like to make a motion to move out of,
Oh, just make sure it's on. I'm not sure.
I'll repeat, I'd like to make a motion to move out of executive session.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting is closed.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Yes.